Your local public television station presents Lakeland News at 10. News for Bemidji, Brainerd, and all of the Lakes Country. Dennis Wyman with the news, Stacy Christensen with the weather, and Justin Prince with your sports.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching tonight. I'm Jackson Brunner filling in for Dennis Wyman. Global manufacturing company Parker Hannifin has decided to uproot its Deerwood location and move it to Wisconsin at the end of the year. The community is trying to find the best way to move forward after the surprising announcement. Logan Gay has more.
For years, the city of Deerwood has enjoyed a great relationship with the manufacturing company Parker Hannifin. Their recent decision to close the plant will result in the laying off of dozens of employees.
They're one of two manufacturing plants that we have in Deerwood, and so they're one of the two biggest employers outside of like schools and hospitals in this whole area. So it's sad to see them go. I mean, granted, it's 31 people, it's not a couple hundred, but for us, it's a big thing.
The word about the closing is just getting out, but the mayor is expecting a strong response.
I think the real reaction is going to probably start coming this week and in the coming weeks. For the most part, people are going to hate to see them go. I mean, it's a loss of jobs.
The relocation of Parker Hannifin may be due to economic reasons.
They've produced hoses, for example, for oil and gas companies and whatnot. And I think with some of the downscaling of what's happening in the oil fields out in North Dakota and everything else, they felt the crunch of it.
The closing of Parker Hannifin is a big loss for the town, but they are hoping to attract new businesses to take its place.
As a city, I mean, we do have some money available. If somebody is interested in coming in, purchasing the property and creating new jobs, we have some low interest money that as a city in a fund that we can help out with that.
We contacted Parker Hannifin for a comment for the story, but have yet to hear back. In Deerwood, Logan Gay, Lakeland News.
The mayor plans to help all of the displaced workers as much as possible. A Pansford man has been found guilty of raping a 16-year-old girl in the basement of his mother's house. The verdict for Joseph Lee Bellinger was reached after a 4-day trial. According to a complaint filed with the Becker County District Court, Bellinger was with two girls in the home on May 29th of 2015 after driving them to the Park Rapids liquor store. The victim tried to leave when her friend did, but Bellinger grabbed her by the hair and forced her down before striking her several times and committing the crime. The girl was able to escape and run to her nearby home. Bellinger is scheduled to be sentenced on May 27th. The comic whose remarks about Native Americans in a YouTube clip that led to the removal of a show in Bemidji has pushed back 3 other dates. Ralphie May performances in Fargo, North Dakota, Sioux Falls in South Dakota, and Burnsville, Minnesota will be postponed effective immediately. May says the move is out of respect for the Native American community and for the safety of everyone involved. A demonstration was planned for Tuesday night in Fargo, and the American Indian Movement said they would hold a protest in Burnsville if May refused to cancel. He again offered an apology to the public in a statement released today by promoter Jade Presents. A video that surfaced on YouTube hurt and offended many people, and I am truly sorry. I thought I was a well-read, educated man. I know nothing. I am a product of mass media and the U.S. public school system. I have learned so much this week, and I want to learn more. My eyes are open, and I hope to be a conduit for things that are not taught. May added that he plans to come back to Fargo and Sioux Falls, but did not say when at this time. A bill meant to help slow down the spread of the Zika virus is set to become law. U.S. Senator Al Franken wrote the measure, which passed in the House of Representatives Tuesday after getting through the Senate in March. The virus has been linked to birth defects in people, and the bill hopes to speed up the production of a potential vaccine. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention called Zika scarier than initially thought on Monday. The bill would add the virus to the Food and Drug Administration's Priority Review Voucher Program, a step that encourages companies to invest in treatment options. North Carolina Representative G.K. Butterfield says the spread of the mosquito-based virus will likely get worse in the summer months, and added that he hopes President Obama signs it into law quickly. Leaders and members of the community gathered to discuss a comprehensive plan for the facilities of Brainerd Public Schools. In the meeting, they gathered feedback to meet the current and future needs of the school system. What they find will later be presented to the school board. Our Chelsie Brown has more.
The community forum held in Brainerd today discussed the history among the 12 facilities and 1.2 million square feet the Brainerd School District oversees. and how these buildings are in need of some upgrades.
We've got ages of building from 1929 all the way up to our newest building that was constructed in 2004.
The possibilities included replacing some of the buildings, renewal options of the neighborhood schools, and making investments into the existing buildings.
And it was concerns such as the overcapacity of about 300 within the elementary schools and non-air conditioning facilities that community members needed to speak up about the future plans of the school district.
And we also have some aging facilities within our elementary. Our newest elementary was constructed in 1955 and the oldest one is 1938. So we know that we've got some aging facilities that we need to address.
Along with elementary schools was a discussion of a facelift to the high school to prepare for a projected increase in enrollment of 180 students over the next 10 years.
I think we'll find a common piece of feedback that we'll get from our community is don't move our high school, and we don't need to. We can reinvest in that high school campus and make it something that we're proud of and reflects education in today's environment.
What the numbers showed is that the Brainerd School District has the ability to pull some of these projects off that would hardly affect tax money.
We have been very diligent in maintaining a reasonable level of debt, which provides us some opportunities. We could perhaps see construction projects that could be close to $100 million, and if structured well, it would be very minimal, if any, impact to the taxpayer here in the Brainerd School District.
It's all a matter of deciding as a community where to put the potential investments. In Brainerd, Chelsie Brown, Lakeland News.
Community members are invited to continue sharing their feedback with the district community leaders. The group of representatives hopes to present a long-term comprehensive plan at the next school board meeting in May. A Tuesday event at Bemidji State took aim at bringing more Native American students to campus. Tribal College Preview Day was the first of its kind at BSU. 3 of Minnesota's 4 tribal colleges were invited to see what options are available for transferring. And after a tour, they heard from BSU admissions officials on the topic. Resource Center Director Bill Blackwell says only 4% of the school's population has Indian roots. That's a smaller ratio than Bemidji's Northwest Technical College. The school hopes students from 2-year programs could bring that number up.
They're a smaller student body, but it's also a smaller campus, so it's been a little bit more comfortable for people as an open enrollment school to go to. So BSU is tapping into how can we raise our numbers.
We want to see that around 10% total, which we've got about 5,000 students on campus, so we're looking at about 500 kids. And the way to do that, obviously, is to think of different things. We've never really gone to the tribal colleges and spent time on their campuses like we have this year. We've never hosted a day like this, so I'm really excited for what the future holds for bringing more of those students on campus.
Blackwell has been pushing for better Native American student attendance since he took over as American Indian Resource Center Director last summer.
Still to come on Lakeland News at 10.